Top of it. Top of it. This right here is dealing with female accountability. Now you may say, well, it's a lot of individuals that's holding females accountable and things of that nature. Well, I'm just gonna, do it one time for your mind. You know what I mean? Keep the bread fresh. You understand me? On what if you're gonna hold someone accountable, these things must be in place. Okay. First off, you got to have clear expectations. What do you expect of the person that you're trying to hold accountable? Secondly, you got to have clear compatibility. You know what I mean? What skills does the person have to meet the expectations? And what resources will they need to meet your expectations? Okay. Thirdly, clear measurables. Okay. I won't say we all know what that means, but I will explain it. If you want a woman or something like that to stop wearing bonnets, and you claim yourself holding themselves accountable, then what you need to do is observe that same person. How many times a week does she wear the bonnet or whatever the case may be. It's you're measuring their progress. Fourthly, clear feedback. So while you guys are calling these individuals masculine, if you're going to hold them accountable, then you should be open to feedback. Lastly, clear consequences. If the problem persists that you are trying to hold females accountable on, then three things are going to end up happening. You're going to repeat what you're doing, or you're rewarding the behavior because they're improving, or you're going to release yourself from the situation. Now, in order to hold someone accountable, then therefore there must be leadership, meaning someone that's responsible. Responsibility is imposed. Accountability is assigned. Accountability is the ability or duty to report or give an account of events is in events or an experience. Responsibility is the duty to respond to and complete a task. So, with that being said and understood, if you're not, for as accountability, everybody want to try to quote unquote hold black sisters accountable. Well, if you're not responsible or you're not a leader, then you are in no way, shape, or form in any position to try to hold individuals accountable. And now, if you are a brother, you for damn sure not in any position to hold anybody besides your woman that you are responsible for accountable. Because historically, and we're going to break it even down to this YouTube and this manosphere thing in a quote unquote red pill. If you listen to these guys, you will hear that these men are not responsible for the urban community. And so since they're not responsible for the urban community, because I keep on hearing, you can't blame who was not there. Fine. So if you are not there, then you cannot lead. If you cannot lead, you cannot be responsible. If you're not responsible, you have no room or are in error in trying to hold someone accountable. But it appears to me you're not holding anyone accountable. Only thing you're doing is criticizing. And anybody can criticize. I can criticize. Criticism is not holding anyone accountable. You just a critic. You just giving your opinion. Why? If you would take responsibility for the outcome. And so since you're not going to take responsibility for the outcome, then you have no room to try to hold anyone accountable. But if you're going to take responsibility for the outcome, then you probably could hold someone accountable. But before then, if you're a brother, if you're not taking responsibility for the conditions of the state of your people, then I wouldn't. If I was a sister, I wouldn't listen to nothing you got to say. And also, on another note, I keep on hearing that, other race of people, have better outcomes than brothers and sisters. And, those women are being held, whatever the case may be. And I would say this. Anywhere that the men are responsible for the culture, their women will be less defensive, can have a natural state of femininity. But with sisters, everyone claims when they give feedback or criticism that they're masculine. But you have feminized, irresponsible brothers. So if you are irresponsible as a brother, like a woman, okay, you can't hold brothers accountable. every other culture of man in the United States bears responsibility for their community besides brothers. But if D-Whight, D-W-I-G-H-T-M-A-N-N-E, the white man, if the white man is taking responsibility for the sisters, then the white man should be holding the sisters accountable. Based off logic, if you can't blame who is not there, and if you talk to a lot of brothers and sisters on YouTube, then you can't blame. Since the brother's not there, and if the white is there, then the white need to be holding the sisters accountable. You have no room to try to hold a woman accountable that you're not responsible for. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up with this. Sisters or brothers, whatever the case may be. Brothers, don't need talking about you holding some woman accountable but you ain't responsible for. That sounds stupid. But now, responsibility is imposed. So if you're not going to be responsible, don't try to hold anyone accountable. And for as anybody on YouTube saying they're holding somebody accountable, you just criticizing. Because based off what I just said, and what I said is true. What I said is true. Case in point, I have a son. If I tell my son to do something, if he don't do it, I'd hold him accountable. But I'm responsible for getting that done. I'm responsible for my son, so therefore I can hold him accountable. Again, I'm gonna say it one more time for the March Dimes, and I know most 97% of my viewers are men. But bro, if you're not gonna be responsible for for these women, don't say you're holding them accountable. Just say you criticize. I got criticisms. People listen to them, talk about them, conversate with them, but that be that, man. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, talk to y'all later. Thanks for y'all time.